was. Shall we talk about something a bit more cheerful?
We certainly will, and I'm going to take a cheeky sip of water to calm myself down.
Oh, I'll spin the
Oh
wheel.
no, this water's just a bottle full of hot sauce.
Oh, I'll spin the wheel while you're doing that. The Doctor Who trailer is out.
Ooh, it is.
Yes.
It is out. Right. I've got it open on my YouTube. It's 1 minute and 11 seconds long.
Yep.
And the last sort of however long is from 1 minute onwards.
Yep.
It's the post-credit stuff. Okay, so
Yep.
we've got loads of stuff in the trailer. I'm still being filmed apparently. We've got Jodie Whittaker being like, "Oh bloody hell, my sonic screwdriver's loud."
Yep.
Then we've got this is Yaz, this is Dan.
Yep.
Got Yaz and Dan doing stuff. We've got Sontaran ships being built in shipyards.
Yeah, that's cool.
Which is the interesting thing to me in this entire trailer, and I'm sure we'll get back to it. Beyond that, we've got basically little bits of footage from the rest of the series.
Sontaran on a horse, an Ood.
We've got not Chewbacca. We've got this guy that I think was in Downton Abbey.
He was.
Loads and loads of stuff. Sontaran on a horse, that's very exciting.
It's coming.
What the fuck's going on there? That's brilliant.
Be ready.
I'm into it. It's all good. We've got bloke with a slightly weird face. Our final fight has begun, and his face is like a skull, but it's also crystals.
Weeping Angels
Maybe
are
it's
back.
what's his face is back again. What's his name? They had all the teeth in his face. Tim
Shaw.
Tim Shaw. Weeping Angels are back. Did you say?
Yeah, they're in the trailer as well.
I fucking missed them. Where am I looking for Weeping Angels?
Oh,
wait! I found them.
There you go.
I've nailed it. Brilliant. They're back. There's a cross behind them, like a crucifix. So maybe it's in a like a graveyard or a cemetery or something.
Yeah,
that might be good. That might be interesting because they would actually be camouflaged then, which would be nice.
They would.
We've got Jodie Whittaker running through a battlefield, what it appears to be, toward the TARDIS, with British Army soldiers with the red coats, as in Victorian Army soldiers.
Yep.
They've got all the absurd hats and all the rest of it. I like the little bit of footage of soldiers firing at one another with lasers, like Georgian soldiers firing at each other with guns, like laser guns. That's cool imagery. We've got the Cybermen, which now look a bit like Iron Man, if I'm going to be entirely honest.
A little bit.
Lots. I mean, it does the job of a trailer. It makes everything look cool.
I mean, instead of the 13 episode series, we have 6 episodes this season, which is very much akin to classic Doctor Who, which could be very interesting. And it's an actual arc. There's actually going to be carry on from each episode, which I'm all in favour for. I love me some arcs. And, we've got Cybermen, Angels, Sontarans. The Daleks will probably show up at some point because, why not? And
I'm very excited to see these Sontaran ships doing bits and bobs.
Yes.
Because I like the Sontarans. Fundamentally, I like the Sontarans because they're bloody ridiculous and it's brilliant.
Yes.
I like the Sontarans, but I like these ships being built in shipyards. I like the idea that we're seeing, because it doesn't appear to be an alien planet. These appear to be cranes that you might see in the UK. Even. You go to a shipyard in the UK and see them.
I hope it's an alien. I hope it's Sontar that they go to.
That would be very cool.
I'm sick of being on Earth. And the Sontarans
in real life or just
both.
Okay.
The Sontarans are very good. Could be a very good sort of story for political commentary as well. You could have like a sort of traditionalist group of Sontarans that want to continue the ways of war and stuff, and you've got a group that say no, it doesn't work. We need to move on. That could be interesting. I like.
It could be interesting.
I like all that stuff.
I saw an interesting point raised on Twitter. These Sontaran ships have got sort of yellow paint on them, like little sort of triangles and diamonds and stuff, which somebody was indicating, could this be like a rebel faction of the Sontarans? Because obviously the Sontaran ships we've seen before didn't have this sort of yellow emblematic paint on them. So could it be, like I say, it's some sort of opposing faction, like the Dalek Civil War and Remembrance of the Daleks? Yeah, exactly. It could be that. Who knows? I'd really like to see a Sontaran Civil War. It's like, the ultimate civilization for warfare. They just do war all the time.
War against each other.
That's all they do, ever. That'd be really good. I'd really like to see that.
So would I.
me find me roast potato Dalek. Roast potato Sontaran. Where's he gone? I like his armor because he looks a bit battered, doesn't he? He looks a bit sort of. Oh no, don't.
How does their society work then? I mean, I think it's a very strict sort of hierarchy that never ceases military control over the state. I doubt that there are many civilians in the Sontaran, because they're all clones.
No.
They're all bred,
clones.
so
they're grown in.
They're probably all male and all militarized.
And I do like. Actually, no, yeah, they are clones. But yeah, I'm looking at this Sontaran now. He's around his belt. He's got like some interesting bits of technology, different pipes and tubes and cables and all the rest of it.
Yeah.
Could he just be fucking old? Because
Maybe.
like the armor is rusted and battered.
Yeah.
He could just be a very old Sontaran that's been stranded on Earth or something. But then the sky behind him is red.
Yes.
So it could be Sontar. It could be some kind of high general emperor type figure.
He could be.
I enjoy this. It's good.
Yeah, it's good. It's interesting. I like it. It could be. But in saying that, could be utter shit, and could be a complete waste of everyone's time. But who knows? Yeah.
What do we think about the Ood having eyes that are a bit different from the regular Oods?
He's
got whites in his eyes as opposed to just sort of blackness.
I mean, the Ood have always been a good sort of bait for story. That was tapped into one episode. With that where they're all sort of freed at the end of the day, which I like. But I think the eyes are just a bit more clear. It's probably just like moving on and stuff like that, and you can't really redesign the Ood, if you get me.
No, that's true.
Like without, because the Ood are just creepy looking things by themselves. So I mean, maybe the eyes are a bit clearer just to make it a bit more sort of up to date, or maybe it is a plot point, but to what that would be, I have no idea.
Me neither. Dougie's just made a good point. They keep doing it in Star Trek Discovery. The Ferengis look different. I think the Klingons look different in Star Trek Discovery. I think they argued it was something about. I think in the show they explained it away by saying, oh well, when they're at war they all shave their heads and shave their beards, and then when they're at peace they grow their hair out. Worf is constantly at war. That's the entire point of Klingons, surely. But you know, I'm just looking through the trailer. I'm going like frame by frame here. This is brilliant. There's this bit where the 13th Worf is sponsored by Nair, the hair removal cream. You're gonna have to explain that one to me, bud. But yeah, the Doctor is saying to Yaz and Dan, "Run for your life," and they're on a ship. And I'm looking behind them. It appears to be like sort of ceremonial displays of weapons and armor. There's like what's it called? Like halberds and shields.
Yeah.
And I can't really see it very well, but these could be sort of pauldrons or gauntlets or maces or something like that. So that would be really interesting to see, like Sontarans of old, if there's like a faction on the Sontar homeworld that isn't as technologically advanced.
Yeah.
And like, no, by using technology, they're taking the honor out of combat because they can just drone strike them from orbit instead of, getting down in the ditches and fighting with a sword. And so maybe there's something about that, which I would find that really interesting to see. I would find the sort of warrior cult mentality, that'd be really good.
That could be really interesting. The last sort of good Sontaran episode was when was the last Sontaran story? Was it in season 4?
It was Donna and all the rest of it. They were briefly in the Pandorica stuff, weren't they? Yeah, for like two or three frames. But
But there hasn't been a proper sort of Sontaran story. I'd like to see how they were cloned, like whose idea it was to clone these people.
That would be good.
Yeah, or maybe there's like a divergence of what the clones should be. Like maybe not so militarized. Maybe it's like, some cloners like, no, we need to make them nicer, and the other guy's like, no, we don't.
Make them pretty quick. I would. Right, here's Dan. I'm coming at you with a red hot theory. So prepare your existence for this hot theory.
Okay.
I think Sontarans come to Earth and do stuff. Okay? That's point number 1 in the story of this new season of Doctor Who.
Yep.
Sontarans come to Earth and do stuff, and in the course of fighting back against them, the Doctor is like, bloody hell, we need to go to Sontar and deal with them and like get to the root of it, and then we'll get the magical MacGuffin that will kill all the Sontarans.
Yes.
So then they go to Sontar and they're like, oh, but we don't actually want to kill the entire planet because there's a moral quandary of yes, there are a warrior cult, but it's also
bad,
genocide is bad. So yeah, they'd have to sort of think about that because there's this shot here where it's sort of a you can't see my screen. It's a planet with sort of the vacuum of space behind it, and there's like sort of a fog coming over the planet.
Yeah.
And the planet does not appear to be Earth. It appears to be very, very blue and white and sort of grey. There's no green. I can't see any forests or anything. The land masses don't look like continents I recognise.
Yes.
I might be completely wrong. Who fucking knows? But yeah, that's my theory, is that this is Sontar, and this is, I don't know, some kind of a space smoke that's going to do something to Sontar. So that'll be good.
That is an interesting theory, and it could be
But
wrong.
now that I look at it, it looks
right.
a bit more like a sort of swarm of very small... It looks like birds or something.
Well, bearing in mind, these are like 6 stories interwoven into one trailer, so it's like you'll get different bits from different, you know. So it's hard to sort of realise what... The one with the Sontaran ships, I doubt are going to be the ones about the Weeping Angels. But
True.
might, you never know. This could all be one episode, maybe.
That would be insane.
That would be
literally insane.
Yeah, it probably...
A 2-hour-long, insane, ridiculous episode.
I think it would probably be overkill, but
almost certainly, yes.
I'm looking forward to it.
But yes, it looks to be one big story, 6 chapters, lots of cool stuff going on. I'm very excited. It should be good.
And I'm sure we'll talk about it when it comes out.
Almost certainly we will.
Yeah. Is that enough bullshit for you?
I think it is. I'm full.
Yeah, so am I.
Lots of spacesuit scenes to accommodate social distancing.
Quite
Dougie's
right.
just said.
Quite
Maybe.
right.
That's what Call the Midwife did. They made it so that conveniently, whenever any 2 characters would have to touch each other, they would be in the birthing suite and therefore wearing surgical masks anyway. So it's just very convenient.
That's very nice.